Hi, I'm Nick and I'm here today to talk to you about this, Termodeep. Termodeep is a thermal camera that was done to help people during the COVID-19 pandemic to be able to screen their body temperature, and in this video I'm going to show you what it is, how it works, and why we built it. Let's see. Okay, let's start with the physical part. So Termodeep is made by bent metal sheets. It is painted with electrostatic paint. That means that it's very durable to scratches. This is a sticker, soon to be another technique to make it more robust. It is composed by three parts mainly. The top one, this white one. The bottom one, this is one piece of this. This part is soldered to that. It has a GoPro stand so you can put it in any tripod. And this is the integrated black body. So what is a black body and why does the camera need one? The black body is a surface that has a controlled temperature. In this case is this one. Why does a camera need the black body? Because normally the thermal cameras have a resolution of plus minus 2 degrees C or 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, so that is not enough to sense the body temperature. That's why they need a reference to be able to extrapolate or be able to calculate correctly the body temperature. And normally the cameras that are used for this has black body, but it's external. So it is very inconvenient because if you want to move the camera, then you have to move everything. This is the only camera that we know of that has an integrated black body, and it is controlled by the camera itself. It has here a thermal camera. It's 80 by 80 and has a shutter that opens and closes to be able to have a good image no matter the temperature of the environment, because that affects thermal cameras. It has an Rgb camera, 5 megapixels. It's an Raspberry Pi camera and has an LED here to indicate the status of the camera. Let's see the back side. Here it has HDMI port. With this you can connect the camera to a TV or a screen to be able to see what's going on. It has a 12-volt connector, an SD card holder, a 3.5 millimeter jack, and an USB. With this USB you can connect, for example, this. This is a barcode scanner where you can read QR codes, ID codes, ID from the workers of a company to be able to identify them. But also there you can connect a mouse, a keyboard to be able to input more information when the people is coming. So this is basically it. So now let's plug it to see what happened. So first we're going to connect the HDMI connector right here. Then we're going to connect the USB to be able to have the barcode scanner, and we're going to connect the power source. That sound was from this one. And then the system, you will see this LED here, and the system is going to turn on and show first the splash on the screen. Let's wait a little bit until it turns on. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you my university identification. So with this barcode we can read, and the camera will detect my ID. So here it is. Let's wait a little bit more. It's based on Raspberry Pi and Arduino. So here what we saw was the Raspberry Pi booting. That sound was the shutter of the thermal camera, and we are almost there. Almost there. Here it is. There it is. So what we should see right now is the camera, the black body, it's heating. So it's going to get to its set temperature. This temperature is in degrees Celsius. We might need to adjust this. Here we can see the black body. There it is. So here I am. Hello. And we are going to pass my ID through the camera, and it's going to take my identification and take an RGB photo. Let's do it again. Right now it is doing a lot of calibrations, because as it turns on the temperature goes up, so it has to calibrate several times. There it is. The shutter is closed, the shutter is open, but you can control that in software also. So here I am. I'm going to put in front of the camera, it closes again, just a second, and it takes my temperature, 36.5, I'm good to go. And that's how the camera works. We have more options here, but we have two ways to connect it to the camera. This one, it's the HDMI, but we can also connect it through a computer, a cell phone, because it creates its own network, or it connects to a Wi-Fi network. So let's check it out. Okay, so the other way of using the software is through a web portal. So here, for example, I have the IP of the camera that I could saw on the HDMI screen over here, and I can log in with the IP and the port 8080. With this I can see the camera in real life. I can see myself here. I can take my ID again and read it, and here I am. Ugly photo again. There I am. And I can see the other settings of the camera. So this is the live stream setting. So here I am watching myself. Right now what it is recognizing is the thermal object. That means all my face. If I put my hand, it will track just my hand. And this is the temperature in degrees C. Now let's see the list of registers. So here I can see, for example, the last 15 registers, the date and hour, ID, name, last name, depending on whether the person put their ID. And for example, let's see here. For example, I have 126 registers right now, and I can download all the information as a CSV. Sure, so here I can see all the information, and I can also filter by name. For example, myself, Oh no, I'm not here. Okay, let's try with my ID. And here I am. This is all the registers that I have. I have one here with Nick. Let's search Nick. And here I am. And I can also check by the result of the temperature, for example, with a warning. So this I had a warning, and danger, we don't have any danger, like more than 38 degrees C temperature, that it's a like fever kind of temperature. And besides that, we have the configuration. Here you can change the network of the camera, and an advanced configuration to be able to fine-tune the camera. Here, for example, are the reference temperature on the black body, the sensibility of the camera, the threshold of the human temperature, and the alerts temperature. For example, more than 37.5 will give a yellow warning, and more than 38 degrees C will generate a red alert. And yep, this is it. So this is Termodeep. We recently decided to make the entire camera open source. You can find the schematics, software, and everything online. We're working on documentation and tutorials for you to be able to take your camera and make your own application, not just for high temperature control, but things like security cameras, or for example to see how hot your cat is, like in this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe, and you can find more information in the links below. Thank you.